Now I can explain to you how this work will cause you to become successful, happy, and in love with yourself, which is how you're supposed to live. It is your life, and it's supposed to be all of those things. But we don't always get there, and we have to figure out how we get there, and we will use many different things. We've learned tons of things over time. But I posted something earlier where I said I didn't expect me to bring a philosophy to the world that would have you become successful. But it will, because it connects you to your authentic self and what you're meant to do in this world, gets you over all of your doubts, your fears, your lack of confidence, and all those things, because that's what holds you back. But belief is the other thing that's really challenging for all of us. I couldn't believe I had done this. And I'll tell you the story because I will be putting it out in more detail later, but I wanted to put this out tonight as I'm making changes tomorrow. I started doing automatic writing in 1989 and never with any intention of telling anybody what it was. It was just helping me. That's what I thought. But through that time, 36 years, I'm collecting information and I'm moving through every difficulty, every challenge in my life, and I'm healing and not understanding why. I just knew it was happening. I didn't even want to talk about it so much because how is this occurring? Then we start to understand their energies in our world, in our universe, and we're all affected by it. And when we become aligned with who we are, our energetic self, then things can heal. We can start to accomplish things that we couldn't imagine. But we find new ways of doing that. And obviously, my way was brand new, which is why a lot of people didn't understand it. I didn't understand it either because I'd never seen it done before. But what I discovered is that Wilhelm was giving me information that was energetically connected to the changes in our world, and this is why I kept healing, why I kept understanding things, and why I knew what would be happening in our world now, because everything that's occurring are energetic changes. You're not afraid or scared because of anything out there. It's something within you, and when you become aligned with that, things change. Now, I had to live this, but it was, and it took a long time for me to put it all together. But I had one document I'm going to leave with you because I want you to look at it. I'm changing things tomorrow. There are a couple of spaces left for those who want to come in now where you get a discount because people told me a long time ago I should have been charging $5,000 for this work because it takes you to who you're supposed to be. There's no limits to who you can become. It's just all in your consciousness. And I've just written it all out. And it's a game plan. When you hear about cognitive behavior training or self-actualization or personal development, all of those things are in here. Everything. So there was nothing else you would need, which is why I called this your last development program. But this document, as you go through it, it'll tell you a little bit more. And I just had to find out because I needed to know as well. What's a philosophy? And so I looked it up. It's about a starting point. A new philosophy gives us new ways of operating, basically new ways of living, seeing ourselves in the world, and we're always evolving. The thing that I said earlier, though, I didn't expect it would be me, but it was. There was no other way that I could have come out healed in the way that I am now, and so then it broke it all down, and it went through several messages, and what happened was the messages were energetically timed to events that were occurring in our world. And so you will be able to read all of this. But then they said, okay, let's do a little test and let's see. So they gave me dates of things that happened in the world. And I said, okay, let me find a Wilhelm message. And I did. And I went back and I found all the messages and I put them in and then they analyzed them. And they said, these messages from Wilhelm seem to be addressing the underlying energetic and psychological states of humanity that were manifesting as major global events. Every single one, I had the information for them. Wilhelm gave me all of that. And so that's why when I'm working with a person, I can tap into your individual traits and things that might be happening in your life. But that's what's going on. So I'm just putting this out because I know a lot of people won't do this because it's challenging to believe that you can accomplish things. It was challenging for me, but I know that we can. And so, but what I'm doing tomorrow, I'm changing everything because next week this is going to be, I will be at my $5,000 mark. So anyone who comes in, you will have everything this program offers, because you own it forever. It's not something that you just do a few days and you're done. It's forever. And you're always evolving and growing, and this will have you do it in brilliant ways. So, but just look at everything. I think there are only 3 spaces at the discounted rate. After that, everything is changing. I'm going to be 75 in a couple months, and so I got to get on with things. But I know that there's no reason for you not to have the life you're supposed to have unless you just don't want to. And that's what I did for the longest time, because that not wanting to is just not wanting to accept ourselves. That's all that it is. You can change it. See you soon.